So my name is Mixo, and I'm the founder of Geekulcha, which is a tech community for connecting young people in the IT space. So the idea is to create a bridge between university and the industry, expose them to what's happening in the tech world, have events where they can be in the same room as the industry players, the IT guys, but also at the same time we bring the pipeline back and going to high schools and primary schools and introducing young people to the world of technology. Because what we saw is first years usually go to university, and shocking enough, most of them have never really touched a PC or don't know much about programming. So by going back to high schools, they're able to infiltrate back and introduce them to the world of technology. So our focus is on these different segments that we focus on. There's high schools, there's tertiary guys. Our biggest focus is we've got a 10,000 strong community of young geeks spread across the country, some in the southern countries of Africa as well. We basically introduce them to the world of technology, and we just play around with tech. One of the things that we do is take information from industry players, challenges from the industry, and we do something called a hackathon. So hackathon is a bunch of young people gathering together to solve problems that are presented. What I like about the ninth goal is it's something that we're currently doing, something that we're always doing. So what I'll be taking you through is not too much focused on it, like I think we can all read what it's all about, but more on what we as Geekulcha are doing in line with that, in line with innovation. So if you can see industry players as part of our thing, we believe that for us to be able to reach the goals properly, we need to collaborate with different sectors. We cannot do it alone. We have to collaborate with academia. We have to collaborate with the industry players and everybody that's within that space to do what is proper. So this is part of that. Friends of the Geeks. We call it Friends of the Geeks. Anyone can be a friend of the Geeks. So people that we collaborate with from industry. Most of them are from the ICT sector, but we've done stuff with government. Last year we did a big hackathon with the Minister of Public Service, Ms. Ayanda. We did that big hackathon with around about 200 young people coming together to solve relevant problems within the country. They came from different parts of the country. So those are some of the things that we do. As part of planning for the future and looking at the goals and looking at how do we prepare, what we do as Geekulcha is we prefer to not focus too much on the academic side of things, not focus too much on the talk side of things. We leave that to people that are really good at that. We go to the ground and do the foundation and do the real work on the ground. So we basically want to ensure the future of tech innovators within the country. We've managed to identify a couple of them, maybe pass them to the challenge, to the awards, and some of them can take part within the awards. So Elon Musk, as we know, is a South African guy, but we need more local South Africans doing stuff. We need more young people doing stuff within the country, coming up with innovations, coming up with ways of solving the problems within that. We've got a young kid here playing around with some VR there. This is where we want the young people to start thinking. We want them to start playing around with technology from a young age. He's having fun with that, so that's one way we entice them. First, you have fun with the technology, so demystify the scary element of tech. From having fun, we're able to teach you how to actually build things on top of that, how to build things that you can actually use. So some of the stuff that you guys do here can be implemented and put there within this platform. Okay. Can't really see the picture, but today there's a bunch of young people. We run something called the Geekulcha Backward Program. So the Geekulcha, you can have a look at it here if you want. So the Geekulcha Backward Program is when the schools close, we take in high school kids in most cases. So the first quarter is Joburg and Pretoria. We do Northern Cape as well. We do Mpumalanga and we do Limpopo as well. Those are some of the areas we do. So it's more high school kids. Take them instead of them sitting at home and watching Cartoon Network during holidays. They come to us and they learn how to build apps, how to build websites, how to do electronics related stuff. They learn the basic fundamentals of IT. So this is if you want more information about the program, that's where it is. We're starting next week at the Innovation Hub. So there are a couple of kids excited to come through, working with the City of Sani from the Pretoria side, the City of Sani and the Innovation Hub. And then Joburg, we're working once again with the Innovation Hub and MLab. So basically this is a picture of a bunch of young people learning how to code, learning the fundamentals. So when we started, I think this was in Soweto, where you find a whole bunch of young people gathering. So what we're moving into now is trying to have less number of young people on one PC and at least have more on the PC. That way they get to have a bit of a feel of what's going on within the PC, the better experience with it. But they enjoy what is going on. They always have a mentor, so you can see there's 2 mentors there for them who are hands-on. So one thing we believe in is if you want to really play in this space properly, we need to redistribute the skills. So we take high school university guys who've got the skills, who are studying within the ICT space. They redistribute their skills to high school kids. That way we've got this very nice chain of information flowing back. For them that are in tertiary, we did a lot with the industry players who then redistribute their knowledge and information back to the tertiary guys. So we literally have this pipeline of information constantly being redistributed. One of the things that we do is electronics, playing around with the industrial side of things from the 9th O. We teach them the basic elements of how to play around with electronics, how to put things together. And I'll just quickly, I'll just quickly show you some of the projects that the young guys have done. So this is not even tertiary guys. This is our high school kids who are learning the fundamentals of how to do it. So this kid with the glasses, the hand, you won't be able to see. The hand is one of the mentors. His name is Skinny from Social Ngube. We met with him when he was in high school at TUT Open Day. He used to take junk, electronic junk, and just put stuff together. I'll show you one of his projects. This is one of the projects that the young guys are doing. You're talking about going into what do I call the prisons. What we did here is almost like a community project that the young kids put together. It's cardboard, but it has electronics and it does some really cool stuff. So you see that. You see that there's a City police station next to it. So it's a community-based alert system in case there's some sort of emergency. So there's a police station there, there's a community there, and I think there's a hospital and something. So they put the electronics together. They're able to sort of like do a prototype of notifying the police station. We didn't really implement that, but notifying the police station in case there's an emergency, notifying the community in case there's an emergency. So this is a bunch of young people starting to think about technology from a very young age, starting to think about how can they solve problems. It's quite interesting when you hear the challenges that they go through every day. They usually come up with the problems, and we just show them the technological side of things. So this is one of the junk. This is speakers, wires that Skinny took from one of his boxes. He just dismantled everything and put it together. He used to have it's not this one. There used to be this school bag, this hard school bag that you can carry. So what he did is he would put speakers, he would put these things in there, and he would go up around in school, create his own music. He was able to play a USB on it. He was able to do, it was what USB, he could play FM as well. So this is just stuff that he messes around with technology. This is junk. And this is what we believe in, getting the young people to play with these things from a very young age. Technology is an enabler. You can use technology within almost anything, and that's what we try to encourage them. You won't be able to see this. This is a young girl called Dineo. She was studying at TUT. This is a 3D printer. This thing here is a 3D printer that she created on her own. So she was able to do a 3D printer. So for those who are not so familiar with 3D printers, you are able to almost replicate anything, create anything that you want. So she was able to create, and now she's able to create her own components and a whole bunch of other stuff for herself. And these are 3 boys that are, these 2 here were in high school when we met them. I think they're both from Social Ngube. This thing that they have here is a water solution that they came up with. They also saw that there's problems with leakage of water, so they learned a bit of electronics. They came through our program as well, and they learned how to solve that the leakage issues. They took part in, there was, I think, 3 years back or so, there was a water challenge that went on. They took part in it, and they were one of the finalists within the water challenge. This is probably my favorite project. Who's actually played with this? This is a wired car. You have a stick, right, and you almost push it. So we took it to the next level. These guys from TUT took this thing to the next level. As you can see, it doesn't have any wired elements, right? They control it with the phone. So they're able to move it around using the phone. Turns around, if you see, what you see here, but there's the lights. They can do indicator. And it has electronics somewhere here. The cool thing about what they did, they're currently building the one, is with the electronic stuff, you can literally do whatever you want. One of the things they were able to do is detect the atmosphere in terms of how dirty it is. So they collect data, they play around with data. This is just some of the stuff you can actually do. Obviously, this thing can sense maneuvering around if there's objects on the side if you wanted to do that. And this is where we want them to start thinking in terms of using technology. We don't want the high level of people scaring people about what 4IR is. This, for me, is where it starts. When you get the fundamentals of it, you start playing around with tech. And also what we have is we try to celebrate our community. We've been doing, I think this will be our third year, where we celebrate the geeks. We do not wait for the industry to celebrate them, because we come across a lot of them. So we have something called Top 15 Young Geeks in South Africa. We literally put out the application out there, and then the community nominates the top 15. And this is just our way of saying, look, not everybody's going to be able to identify these guys. We just want to play our part in identifying who they are, give them the exposure. Some of them, luckily enough, have had projects. Some of them have had projects that they could continue working. Some of them have had work that they could actually continue doing. This is something what we're doing. It's called Autumn Dev Days. We started last year. A very experimental idea that my partner came up with, Diani. The idea was, look, everybody's doing tech events and almost restrictive. So with the Summer Dev Days last year at UNISA, it was anyone who's interested in tech come through. If you've been working through a project the whole year and you've been struggling, here's an opportunity for you to come and have mentors, coding clinics, less talks here. We had Minister Stella came through, she gave a talk around what is going on within the tech space. I think she's coming through the Autumn Dev Days one. So the idea is bringing young people from different spaces to learn about technology. You don't have to be in tertiary, you don't have to be in university, primary school. You could be working, you could be stuck with the project, but the idea was bring everybody together and let's share knowledge, let's help each other polish our projects. So this one is coming in April, Autumn Dev Days. April, somewhere there. The idea with this one is playing around with data. So it's going to be now, how do we play around with data that's out there? How do we work with data and make sense of what the data is about? And basically, this is our old stats. But yeah, this is how you can connect with us online. And the reason why I wanted to do this presentation this way is, instead of just educating you guys on what the ninth code is about and talking too much about that, I wanted to show you that there are people on the ground doing stuff related to this. And one of the things that we want to do is always work on the foundation. Because we believe that once we have foundation, once young people are starting to grasp the technology, they can do a really, really amazing stuff. So a lot of people talk high level in terms of we should be doing this, we should be doing that. But the young people are already started. Different areas. We are in Northern Cape. Who's been to Northern Cape here? A lot of people think Northern Cape is dead, which is almost true. But things are starting to happen. We've got a community in Northern Cape called Northern Cape Developer Ecosystem. We're working with TDAT in that side, working with CETA that side as well, to really ignite the love for technology. So it's been going on for a good 3 to 4 years, and a lot of activities are coming. So the nice thing is the growth has been happening. Young people from Northern Cape have been coming this side, and interestingly enough, have been winning and beating guys from this side technology-wise. So this is just us spreading the love and interest of technology, because we believe that it's not just about the talk. We need to get young people to start using this, and they'll be able to take it to the next level. Thank you.